Hey guys. All right, well, this next video is actually kind of an exciting video for me. It's something that I haven't gotten into too much on my channel, but it's something I'm really passionate about and I did a lot of work, and that is putting. I actually grew up working with this amazing putting coach. His name is Mike Shannon. He worked with Tiger Woods. Honestly, I can't even start the list of all the PGA Tour players that he worked with. I used to live about an hour and a half north of Sea Island, and so I would drive down there in college and I would work with him, and he really, really helped me. And in a nutshell, he really believes in keeping a controlled V. He believes in the big muscles moving the putter. The result of that is he also believes in less face rotation. That he's tested hundreds and hundreds of golfers, amateurs and professionals, all the way up to the very top level, and he finds that less face rotation leads to more consistent strikes. So that is really what I believe. I was taught that way. I've putted very well that way, and so I believe it. However, there's still many, many different styles, and that's kind of what I wanted to get into. For me, I have come to the conclusion that there are three main putting styles, all of which the people that have used them, it works wonderfully. And my hope is that you can better understand it, see if one or maybe multiple of these styles would apply to you. You could try them out, and then hopefully that would lead to lower scores for you. Okay, so right here I have a very normal putter. It is a face balance putter. I always like face balance putters because they have a tendency of making it easier to have less rotation in the club face. So we're gonna call this one the standard putting style. This is a 34-inch putter, 2 degrees of loft. And so the way that I think is the only real acceptable way on a mass scale to putt is, first you have to have a grip that is relatively even. And the reason why is you don't want your shoulders jacked up one way or the other. You want relatively neutral. It doesn't have to be perfect one way or the other, but you want your shoulders relatively even. So your hands need to be relatively even because obviously they'll control your shoulders. So you have a relatively even grip. And what you do is you create a V, and then you shove your forearms and basically your elbows into your sides, right? And then from this 90-degree point, you go straight down. And what that's gonna do is that's gonna put you in a position where you are now in control of your putter with your shoulders, right? So you go up here, right? Go into your body. So here you go. It's about 90 degrees. You go down, and now you've created a very nice V, right? Your elbows are tucked in, so that you're actually controlling the actual putter head with your big muscles, just with the rotating of your shoulders, right? And the idea is to actually create a V that stays the same. So you want this angle between the putter and your two shoulders to be the same here and the same here. So you're literally just putting it with your big muscles. So let's go ahead and take a look at what this looks like. It's kind of interesting, you know, I'm a big believer in Mike Shannon. He has a lot of great strategies. And so he loves maintaining that V. And one of his best players in history was Matt Kuchar, and still is Matt Kuchar. And he does the arm lock method. And you'd think, well, maintaining the V, it would be very, very good to have an arm lock, and you are right. So the second best way to putt, in my opinion, is this arm lock putter, okay? And the first thing that I need to tell you is this is not a normal putter. This is a longer than normal putter. This putter actually has 7 degrees of loft. And the reason why is if you set up normal like this, you only need about 2 degrees of loft to be able to hit the ball properly. And the putter coming into the ball should only have about 1 or 2 degrees of loft, enough to get it out of whatever little knoll or hook or hole that it's in at that point, but getting it rolling properly. Now, if you want to hit the putt with around 2 degrees of loft, but you are going to anchor that putter into your left side, well, that's going to be a massive forward press, right? So you need about a 7 degree. Other than that, the mechanics are about the same. So it's a face bounce putter. I lock this putter into my left arm. Then I shove my elbows against my body, right? So this putter's locked in, elbows against the body, straight down after 90 degrees. Weight just a touch forward. And then you just rotate back, rotate through. And that's the arm lock method. Okay, now I have my third acceptable method of putting. I want nobody to make fun of me. This theory is so cool, and I've been messing around trying this. If you guys have watched the stream, I've been putting this way for a little while. Okay, so if the idea of less face rotation is a good idea, right? Well, what if you push that to the extreme? You have a massive face balance putter right here. Now, most putters have about a lie angle of about 70 degrees, which means that the center of gravity is more off the heel. It's actually not even off the heel, it's inside of that. So when you rotate back and you rotate through, gravity is pulling that face open, pulling that face closed. And the studies show, the research shows, that less face rotation usually leads to a more consistent strike. It makes sense. It's easier to square up your club face if the face is rotating less. So instead of having the center of gravity way off the heel, what if you have an 80-degree putter? And these old long putters used to be 80 degrees, which is the legal limit, okay? So if you take one of these old putters, you do it legally, which means that your left arm cannot be locked into your body, and this has to be off your body, right? Okay, so this is how a long putter is legal. You set up, it's at 80 degrees, and you can have fun with this, but basically this was inspired by Bernard Langer, who was a guy who was never a great putter all through his career, and he struggled. He would do all sorts of different putting, and then he started doing this kind of different form of long putter, and he's been one of the best putters on the Champions Tour for years now, years and years. Basically, my interpretation of what Bernard Langer does, this is a grip. I'm literally just kind of holding it up. Then in between my index and middle finger, just the mechanics of this putter, the fact that it's at 80 degrees, the fact that it's a giant face balance putter is going to make it harder to rotate open and rotate close. And if it's harder to rotate open, rotate close, then it'll be easier to keep it square. Therefore, it'll be easier to strike your putt with a square club face. So let me go ahead and show you it. It's a little bit outside the box, but I've been having a lot of fun with it, and I really believe that Bernard Langer has proved that this style can work. Hey guys, well, this was actually a really fun video for me to make. All three of these styles have worked. I have done all three in competition, and I can't really even say which one's better. I have been successful with all three, and honestly, you've seen them at the highest levels. But whether it's Bernard Langer with the longer putter, whether it's, Webb Simpson, I mean, honestly, the list goes on and on with the arm lock. And then, of course, there's the regular style of putting, which has won the most. But I hope you have taken these fundamentals and you'll be able to apply it to your putting. If you did like the video, please go ahead and subscribe to the channel. I drop videos like this all the time. I also do a lot of fun live streams. If you do have any questions about this video, leave it in the comments. I'm really good about answering them. But also, next Monday, I'm doing a live stream on golf.com's Facebook page, and I'm going to go over all three of these styles. So if you want to get kind of real-time answers from me, go ahead and catch me. It's going to be Monday at 12 o'clock on golf.com's Facebook page. All right, guys, hope you're playing well. Talk to you later.